Disclaimer, all of these bands are the most pissed off band, and the numbers do not matter.
Hi, I'm Kat from Scowl.
Hi, I'm Malachi from Scowl.
And this is our 11 most pissed bands for Revolver. I want to start with talking about Ceremony.
Pack your fist, all I hate, take a swing at the world, these kids.
Ceremony is an incredible hardcore band that's evolved into this like new wave band from the East Bay in California. Their first release, or first LP, Violence, Violence, is like the most seething, angry record I own. So important to me as a stepping stone, getting into hardcore and angry music as a whole. It's just so raw and like in your face and aggressive. Like I feel like there's a 3D experience when I listen to it. Like Ross is reaching through the stereo and grabbing your throat. It's crazy.
They're on my list too. Like their live performances, they're so energetic and just like, it's like they are attacking you. It's really fun. It's definitely the most wild and one of the most angry shows I've ever been to.
It's so fucking cool.
Yeah. You said they're from the East Bay? You
Yeah.
have to correct it. They're North Bay. I think
North Bay?
I think they're North Bay.
I don't know up from down.
I think we'll get in trouble.
I think another band that is incredibly angry and just is a slap in the face sonically is Negative Approach. They're a fundamental hardcore band, and I think if you haven't listened to them, you're seriously messing up. That's a band that if I had a bad day at work, I needed to listen to their record immediately in my car and just blast it on the way home because of how raw and punk and aggressive it is. John Brannon also has another like hugely inspiring vocal style for me personally. It's just so aggressive and mean, and I love it.
Yeah, they're the best. I mean, like if you watch them now too, like you could walk up to the microphone and just let out a yell, and then like he doesn't have to move a lot, and that like just that yell is like so powerful that it makes people like just go ape shit.
He has a very powerful stature on stage. He has like incredible stage presence. He makes that mic stand his tool of just like rage.
One of the bands that I would say is live, like one of the most pissed off performances. I unfortunately never got to see them, but I just got to watch videos of them, was All Bets Off. That band is a Bay Area band that is so gnarly. Like they're just like, Sammy the vocalist was just so energetic, jumping around everywhere, jumping into the crowd. Like the music was like angry and like very introspective. I didn't hear a lot of bands doing that.
It was prolific.
Yeah.
I would say All Bets Off is an extremely prolific band, and they're a bit of an underdog. They're my secret favorite band from the Bay, and they were kind of a Gilman house band at one point. I never got to see them live because they were before my time. I know that he was just such a spectacular artist, not just when it came to his music, and he showed so much beauty and rage in his lyrics and his performance. And like, I only get a crumb of understanding of it by watching YouTube videos and old DVDs of All Bets Off. They will change your life.
One of the most pissed bands I've ever seen live is Soul Glow. They're like in your face, they're punk, they're raw, they're angry. Soul Glow is a really, really fun band to see live, and it's pissed off. Like and you watch the crowd too when they're doing it, and like they're just like, they're letting it all out. And Soul Glow, they do stuff differently and they do it their own way, and I really respect and like what they're doing. And I think it's a band that people should check out for sure, because it's just rage-filled. Like the way they make their songs, it's like, it's 0 to 100 and it's nonstop, and it's like, it's fast. Like I like that. I like that fast, like wild hardcore, and they do it really well. One of the most current, most angry bands I think is Gulch. Their live performance I've seen a bunch of times, and like I've seen them from when they started to now that they're breaking up, and like their shows are insane. They're angry, the lyrical content's angry. Every single person on stage is moving like madmen, and like they're insane. Like it's It's almost to a point where like I watch them play and I'm wondering if they have any thought like or any like regard for accidentally hurting themselves, because they're always jumping around and hitting themselves with belts and shit like that. And it's like, then they're also nice off stage. So it's very like, it's a very angry, chaotic band that like I feel like will 10, 20 years from now, kids will like, it'll be like how we were talking about All Bets Off, where it's like, whoa, that band was fucking nuts. I wish I could have seen it live. You get a chance to see some of their last shows, I'd definitely do it because it's worth it.
I think it's insane that they're breaking up because I think they could burn the world down.
A band that is very angry and everyone should listen to, I got a bunch, but Live Performance is one that I've just watched. Again, I haven't been able to see them and I really want to. Amyl and the Sniffers. The energy that I'm watching, like, and I'll listen to the song, like, these songs are really catchy and they're punk and like raw, and then you watch the live videos and it's punk and raw and it's like in your face. It's wild.
So cool because you have this like Australian like pub rock thing going and like garage rock, but it's heavily hardcore influence at its core, and it's so catchy, and the lyrics are really also like, they really strike me like. Also, as a woman involved in music and living in the world, there's some lyrics that bring tears to my eyes. It is just so seething and it jumps from one emotion to another, and I would lose my mind just to see them live or play a show with them. Like, that would be a peak experience. I can't get over that band. The imagery, the lyrics, the music, everything is perfect. It's an A++ for me.
One that's very important, and from lyrical content to like the stage presence to just like the whole dynamic, what they're bringing to the table, is Zulu. Zulu is one of the most pissed off bands. We've toured with them. I got the pleasure of watching them like every night, multiple times. Like, that band is fucking pissed. Lyrically, they're talking about something meaningful. It's not just like bullshit. What they're doing, how aggressive they are on stage, like the vocals, the riffs, like everyone in that band is like, when they're on stage, like they own that stage, and it's pissed. It's fucking brutal, and I love what they're doing and what I'm seeing when they play.
Zulu's another band that will burn the world down. There is such a bite to Anaya's vocals and to the writing. I can tell in the crowd when I see Zulu, like everyone is in a daze with how intense and aggressive it is. This is a band that everyone in the world should see live.
There's a lot of older bands that like, it's just like you can't replicate. One that I really like is Impact Unit. The singer of the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, and just his vocals like in a hardcore setting is just so, they're fucking gnarly. Like, they're sick. And I really like that style, that like 80s hardcore, that stripped down, raw, in your face, and like that dude's vocals recorded are just pissed. Like, I feel like a lot of bands from that area took influence from that band, and like people might not find it as quick because like their other projects might overshadow it, but it's a brutal band.
Another band that I think is kind of left field, I wouldn't necessarily say they're a hardcore band 100%, but they have a lot of, I think, influence on hardcore that not a lot of people are aware of or willing to admit. The Melvins. Sonically, the Melvins have the angriest tones and the angriest rhythms and writing patterns. I think when I first heard them, I was just entirely blown away, like my face melted off. I don't know how you feel about the Melvins, but they're also another kind of like secret favorite band of mine. Their songs are kind of longer, and they take a while to get to the point, I would say, but they're incredible songs. And another band that I would put on in my car driving home after a really crappy day at work.
Are they a secret if you just told everybody about it?
No. I just feel like I don't get to talk about.
They're my secret favorite band.
I don't talk about
But I
this
just
stuff.
told Revolver that they're my secret
Well, it's not
favorite
secret
band.
anymore.
I think they should be talked about more. They have like the crazy hair and like just like a wall of sound, and they're like your favorite band's favorite band.
Yeah,
like, they're like
exactly.
They're so influential in like so many ways.
Or your least favorite band's favorite band, like Scowl. Another band that consists of our good friends is Drain. I think a lot of people are blindsided by the rage that Drain holds and by like the slap in the face they have live and on recording. A lot of people think Sammy's just this like nice, sunny personality, and he is, but he has a ferocious voice and incredibly angry lyrics. Like, that man has a lot to talk about. Drain is so fucking cool. I don't even know how to explain it. You've seen Drain since their very early days.
Yeah, I've seen Drain, like, the first show I ever booked was with Drain, and like, they've been really good from the start, and they really grinded, and I think that grind and like what they've done and how they've grown as a band, it comes out more and more like viciously. And so like, the nicest dude in the world lets all of his anger out and all of his frustrations out when they play live. They're so pissed because of that. Like, all that energy, all that aggression, that's really what this music is about, is like letting it all out in like a positive way. And that's what they do. It's angry, it's pissed, and it's like this positive way they're all letting it out so they can get through the day without wanting to whoop someone's ass. I really like watching them live. I'm very stoked on what they're doing.
A band that I completely forgot about that like I have to talk about is End It from Baltimore. Holy shit.
End It's fucking sick.
End It
And
is
it's
insane.
wild. Like, watching them live, the vocalist comes out, starts singing like some random like cover, whatever I think he feels like singing at that time. It's a really good singing voice. Like, if he wanted to just do like a solo singing career, he probably could.
Yeah,
Like,
he'd
doing
crush
like
it.
some cool ass shit. Then live, holy shit. It's wild. And the lyrical content too is like, it talks about like depression, talking about like dealing with religion and like, where's your Messiah? Like, where's your God when all these bad things are happening? Like, the lines are hard. Like, all the lyrics are hard as shit. And like, on stage, they bring that energy. And
It's also really fun.
yeah, it's fun. It's bouncy, creative, and it doesn't sound like, you know, it doesn't sound like everything you hear. Like, I fuck with End It heavily. End It is a band you should check out.
Like 10 out of 10 stars.
Yeah, like you should have checked them out yesterday. All right, so that's our list. I'm sure we missed some. There's a lot of pissed off bands out there, and like, I definitely check out some of the ones we mentioned, and then just look at suggested artists and check those ones out and go down the rabbit hole of pissed off bands.
Okay, nope. We gotta do that again.
What do you mean? That was badass.